Hello students, so today we look into the implementation of merge sort in C programming. That means the C program which can be used to implement the merge sort technique. So as usual, so we should go for these formalities like including header files. Okay, then so here we are selecting two functions, main function merge sort and merge. Of course this is display, this is to display the sorted or of course non-sorted unsorted elements. So this first function, say merge sort, is used to partition the or divide what I have said. So divide the list, and this merge is used to merge element, is to merge of course lists. So second function like merge function is used to merge the list, and the first function, say merge sort. So instead of divide I have taken this one as merge sort, which is used to divide the list into two. Okay, so in order to divide two lists, so we will take one integer array or float, whatever it may be, and int comma int, that means low and high. So we are going to note the low and high values. For merging, so we need array, it's low, mid and high. Okay, these three parameters are used. Here only two parameters are used, because in order to divide the list we need only two parameters. So after that, so here this is array and it's low and it's high. Okay, for displaying the array elements, so we need an array and its size, of course. So in the main, so here say I is a variable and a is again array of 10 elements. So these 10 elements are initialized, of course. So here you need not to go for input or something. Okay, so main intention of our program is to sort array elements. So values of the array elements are already given. Of course you can go for printf and scanf using the for loop. You can input the different elements. Okay, you can make it interactive or you can do like this. So our main focus is on the sorting method itself, and size of the array is 10, of course. Then we will call this merge sort function. So from the main function, we are not calling this merge, we are going to call the merge sort function. Merge sort function is nothing but which makes the partition or which divides the list, okay, the function which divides the list is merge sort. So we are calling the merge sort. So according to its protocol, okay, a is nothing but array, 0 is nothing but the lowest value, size minus 1 is nothing but the highest value. All these a, 0 and size minus 1, size is 10, 10 minus 1 is 9. So index starts from 0, the last index value of the list is size minus 1. Okay, so it is 9. Then we will call the display, say this array and its size. So this will display sorted array. Okay, next, so get ch. So we have made very simple wide main here. So using the functions merge sort and so display, only some few lines, 3-4 lines are there in wide main, but major statements, important statements are kept in the merge sort and merge, of course. Okay, next, so we'll come to the different functions definitions. Okay, here, so first we will take the merge sort function, so which divides the list. Okay, so here it will take int array, say a, of course, and low value is 0, so 0 will be passed to low and size minus 1 will be passed to high initially. Okay, then we are going to find the mid, of course. Okay, so mid will be calculated, so within the if statement. If low is less than high, so this is already explained in the last class. So high value is 9 and low value is 0. So 0 is less than high, so mid equal to low plus high divided by 2. So that becomes, say 9 divided by, I think 9 divided by 2. So this is nothing but 4. So index 4, from 0 to index 4, these elements will be in the first list. Mid plus 1 means from 5 to 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these will be in the next part. Okay, so M or mid is nothing but 9. Sorry, mid is nothing but 4. 4 means 0 to 4 will be in the first list. In first list. And 5 to 9 will be in the second list. Okay, so I hope you can get this information. Then we will sort the merge sort. Sorry, we will call the merge sort twice here, because once you divide the list into 2, so again there will be elements more than one. Okay, so you should go for recursive calls. Recursive calls. Okay, in order to divide the list until the list has reduced to single element. Okay, if there are 9 elements in one, what you can say, 10 elements in the first list, there will be 5 elements. In the second list, it will be again 5 elements. Then 5 elements list is again divided into into 3 and 2. Next 3 will be divided again into 2 and 1. So like that, when each and every list is reduced to single element, so then we will stop partitioning or we will stop dividing the list. Say merge sort, it is not A is array, low to mid. Low to mid is the first list. Okay, low to mid is first list. Mid plus 1 to high is second list. Recursive call to list 1, of course. This is recursive call to list 2. Mid plus 1 to high. So as I have said here in this case, 0 to 9. 0 is low and high is 9. So 9 divided by 2 is nothing but 4. Okay, because it is integer. Okay, next 0 to 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These elements will be in the first list, of course. Then the same list is going to be divided again, partitioned again and again. So low to mid is one list, mid plus 1 to high is in the second list. Okay, so after recursive calls, after so many recursive calls, okay, so next we will go for merging the list. So when these two will be stopped, the first merge sort call, recursive call, will be stopped when the list is reduced to single element. Similarly, so recursively call the second list. Okay, as I have told in the or explained in the previous class. So another 5 elements will be again divided into 3 and 2. Then 2 will be divided into 1 and 1. 3 elements will be divided into 2 and 1. Then 2 elements will be divided into again 1 and 1. So when all list from the list 2, mean list 2 will be reduced to single element, then this recursive call will be stopped. So you will go on dividing until you get single element. Okay, so after these two recursive calls, so then we will call the merge. So merge function will merge the sorted elements. Merge sorted elements. So the very first, so for the merging, so we will use low, mid and high along with A. A is nothing but array. Low is nothing but the lowest value, mid is nothing but the middle value, high is nothing but the value. So very first time, if you take the first part or the second part, so you are going to merge two elements, one element from the first list and another element from the second list. So two single elements will be merged in order to form two elements merged list. Next, again in another, say 2 elements merged list, then we are going to merge 2 plus 2, then plus 1, so that 5 elements will be merged in the first element. Similarly, 5 elements will be merged in the second part. Then finally you will have 5 elements sorted in one list and another 5 elements sorted in the second list. Two sorted vectors will be finally merged in order to produce the 10 elements. So let us consider how this merge sort works. Okay, or merge sort function. Okay, sorry, merge sort is this one. So using this merge sort, so we'll be dividing or partitioning the list into two recursively, and finally we are going to merge them. So here we will consider how does the merge function works, or the method of merging. So this is again explained in the previous class. So but little changes is there because it is recursively performing the merging of elements. Say it has the element array, n elements, low value will be there, mid value will be there, and high value will be same. What you can say, parameters have been taken along with their data types, respective data types. Okay, so here we are going to say, or we are going to declare two local variables or 2-3 local variables. Say I equal to low, j equal to mid plus 1, p index equal to low, and temp. So this is one temporary array. So as I have selected in the previous, say C is one array, so in which the compared elements from list 1 and list 2 will be stored, isn't it? So similarly here we have taken temp. I is low means, say previously it is 0 or whatever it may be. J is nothing but mid plus 1. So which is the index of first element in the second list, which is the index of first element in the first list. So remember that I equal to low means it is the index value of the first element in the first list, it is the index value of the first element in the second list. Okay, so he will say if I is less than equal to mid, I is the index value of first list, mid is the last value of the first list, j is the starting point of second list, and high is the last index of the second list. Okay, so here if a of I is less than a of j means if the first element of the first list is less than this first element of the second list, first element of the first list is less than the first element of the second list. So we are comparing the starting elements, first element from two lists. So then what happens? Temp of our index plus plus equal to temp, or you can say C it is. So it is the new array, okay, in which the merged elements are going to be stored. Okay, so temp of index plus plus equal to a plus plus, a of I plus plus. That means, so if the new array is temp, its first element is equal to first list first element, because the first element of the first list is lesser than the first element of the second list. Okay, otherwise if the first element of the first list is not less than the first element of second list, then so we will store the second list element in the new array, that is temp. So plus plus means this is post increment after assigning the a of I to temp, or after assigning a of j to temp. So index values and I value and or j value should be incremented. So index plus plus means index value will be incremented by 1, I plus plus means I will be incremented by 1. If the element from the first list is merged into new list, or if the element from the second list is merged into new list, then their index values will be incremented by 1 in order to point the next element. Okay, so this is fine. Next, once comparisons from the elements in the different list, okay, there is a possibility of some remaining elements kept in first list or second list. So I have shown you two elements from first list or second list has remained unmerged. Okay, if the situation is like that, then store the remaining elements in the first list. How? While I is less than mid, because here there are two conditions, isn't it? I should be less than or equal to mid and ampersand j should be less than or equal to high, means j value should be less than or equal to high and I value should be less than or equal to mid. If any one of these condition becomes false, the while result will be false. So if it is false, that means the first list is exhausted earlier than the second list. If this is false, means the second list is exhausted first. Okay, so if any one list is exhausted, okay, if any one list is exhausted, then the remaining elements from the particular list will be added to the merge list. So here in some cases this condition becomes false, in some other cases this condition may be false. Okay, but at the earlier stage, so both condition will be true. I will be less than mid and j value is also less than the high. But after some iterations, so one of this condition will become false. So then we have to check which condition is become say false and which is still it is true. Okay, so while means as long as I is less than or equal to mid, means here if some elements are there in the first list, then we need to store that one in the merge list. Okay, while I is less than or equal to mid, that means if the second list is exhausted, then temp of index plus plus equal to a of I plus plus, means directly store all those elements, directly merge all those elements into the merge list. Okay, so we can't say always this condition will be true. So there may be possibility that the first list may be exhausted earlier than the second list. Second list may be exhausted earlier than the first list, or first list may be exhausted earlier than the second list. So store the remaining elements in the second list. This means this is another condition. So we are going to check whether second list has still some elements. So if there are one or more elements remaining in the second list, so then we are going to store those values, temp of index plus plus equal to a of j plus plus. So here j means second element's index, I means first list index values, second list index values. Temp is nothing but the merged array. Okay, so merged array's index is index. First list elements index is I, second list elements index is j. Okay, so after this one or this one will be true, then we will go for copying the merged elements to array A, because we have obtained the merged list not in our original say A array. Original A array is divided into similar elements or single elements, then we are going to merge them, isn't it? So these merged elements are available in temp array. So here what we are going to do is we are going to store back the, or simply say copy elements to array A. So copy merged elements to array A. So p equal to low. So we are going to take one more variable, p equal to low, while p less than index. Index is nothing but this one, isn't it? So index is nothing but temp. So even after copying this one particular value here, index will be incremented by 1. So generally, so suppose if you have 4 elements merged, so index will be 4. 4 is nothing but total 5 elements will be there. So less than index, we have taken less than 1, because always the index starts from 0. So if it is say 10, then automatically there will be 11 elements. say while p is less than index, then a of p equal to, a is nothing but original array, a of p equal to temp of p, then we are increasing p plus plus. So this can be done with you can use p plus plus anywhere, so here or here, don't use in both the places or both sections. Suppose if you say again p plus plus, if you say again here p plus plus, then same time p value will be incremented by 2. So in any one side you can use plus plus, or else don't go for the incrementation or post increment there. So you use separate statement, don't confuse yourself. Say p plus plus means p value will be incremented, a of 0 equal to temp of 0, a of 1 equal to temp of 1, a of 2 equal to temp of 2, like that. Okay, so this will copy all the elements until p value is equal to index value. When p is equal to index, that means all merged elements are stored in the array A. So that means they have arranged. Okay, so this is the concept behind the merge. Next one is simply display. This is nothing but this display function is used to display the array elements. Okay, so we are going to display this one only after entire say array is or list is merged. Okay, so we are going to call this function at last. Okay, so int I equal to 0, I less than size I plus plus, and here printf %d, one space you have given, or you can use /t, so whatever is convenient for you, and say a of I. Then after displaying elements with tab gap, so probably we are going to use /n, or you need not to give this one, or you, of course you can give. Okay, so when the loop is terminated, you will leave one particular line, so it is not needed at all. Okay, then close the brace, that is why display, this function, open brace and close brace. So this is the explanation. So I hope you can understand the implementation of the merge sort. So with this C program and C functions. Okay, so you need to type all these things as it is. Okay, so don't go for any other explanations that is available in Google. Okay, everyone is going to search for the merge sort or any sorting methods in Google. So you will see some of the programs and you will copy it and you will execute it, but probably you may not understand the concept or the logic behind that. So this is very simple, logic which I have selected and given for you people. Okay, so first you follow this one. This is very simplest what you can say logic or the technique for merge sort implementation. Okay, so execute the same program in your laptop or desktop or your mobile. So then show me the output. Okay, so okay, fine. So I hope you understood this particular say program. Okay, wherever you have not followed, so make a pause of it and make a screenshot of that one, and first you write down the program, so on the notepad or on the book or notebook itself or on a page, then you type that one on your terminal. So it may be in mobile or the laptop or so what you can say desktop, then execute it or compile it. So you may have some one or two simple errors. Okay, so debug those errors and again save it and execute. Okay, so here I have given so numbers directly, means I have initialized the array. So you may go for inputting array elements, but first time you give the elements like this one only. So show the output. Okay, show the output. So I will then explain the same thing with how to input so different or how to make this one more interactive. Okay, so this is enough of course, but we can modify this one in a little uh, or small places, so that it will be more interactive for the programmer. Okay.